Welcome to the Charleston Marketing Podcast, powered by the Charleston American Marketing Association, broadcasting from our home base at Charleston Radio Group. Thanks to CRG, we're able to talk to the movers and shakers of Charleston, from economy to art, from hospitality to tech, and everything in between. These leaders have made a home here in the Lowcountry. They live here, they work here, they make change here. Why? Let's talk about it.
Hello and welcome to the Charleston Marketing Podcast, powered by the Charleston American Marketing Association. We're here recording at the Charleston Radio Group Studios, big supporters of Camp. Got to give a shout out to Charleston's favorite DJ, Jerry Feelsgood, with the beats, the front, and thanks to all of our supporters. My name is Mike Compton, president of Roombo Advertising, GoRoombo.com, and your director of membership experience. Thanks for joining us, listeners. I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Stephanie Barrow. Steph, what's going on today?
Hi, friend.
How you doing?
I'm awesome.
Nice.
I was jamming on the way over here. Some Jerry Feels Good, so that worked out.
There you go.
What's up, guys? I'm Stephanie. I'm the founder of Stephanie Barrow Consulting, a digital marketing strategy agency here in Charleston, and your CAMA past president. I'm very excited to be joined here with my good friend, Ronda Taylor.
Rhonda.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. Glad to be here with y'all.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
All right, now, friend, this is the time where I get to talk about all of your accomplishments in front of you. So are you ready for this?
I'll do my best.
Okay. Ronda Taylor is a program director for Youth Empowerment Services, Inc., as we fondly call Y.E.S, a nonprofit organization specifically designed for at-risk middle and high school girls to empower them with the strategies and resources to help them make healthy decisions that will enhance their mental, social, spiritual, and emotional health and well-being. Ms. Taylor serves along Executive Director Roslin Fields to offer various programs, including mentoring programs, college tours, community events, and the annual Dream Girl Conference for the youth in the Tri-County area and across the South Carolina. Ms. Taylor is passionate about uplifting, inspiring youth in the local community.
Hello, Rhonda.
Hello, Rhonda. We're very excited to have you here today. So I've been friends with, I guess, with you for like a year now, right? So we both came on in different capacities to work with Roslin Fields, who's the founder of Youth Empowerment Services, to help with her programming. Can you tell us a little bit about Y.E.S for the people who are not familiar with Y.E.S?
Awesome. So, yes, we're Y.E.S. Youth Empowerment Services. And so, like you were reading in the bio, the biggest thing is we want to empower and uplift middle and high school girls, really make them feel like they understand their self-worth, have high self-esteem, help them with healthy relationships, and just feeling successful overall. So that's kind of the purpose of the organization. And so we do that through various mentoring programs, giving them resources and tools that they might not be accessible to them. College tours, we want to give them plenty of opportunities to better themselves.
Yeah, I love it. So I know that you partner with Mount Moriah in North Charleston.
Yes.
So how do you get a lot of the people attending your programming, your after-school programs, your summer mentoring programs? How do you outreach to the Charleston community?
I will say with Miss Roslin Fields, she's been doing this for a while.
Yes, what's a while? How long?
She's founded this organization in 1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's just when she founded the organization.
Yeah,
like
this is the 11th annual Dream Girls Conference is coming up this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the organization itself has been around since 1999. And even before that, she was a school teacher. And so she's always been working and partnering with children. And so that's really her heart. And
is she okay? I heard she's sick. Is she?
She's good. She's just
well?
not feeling well.
She's got the flu.
She's not feeling well right now. Right.
The flu. I've had it twice over the past. It's now it's February 1st.
Yeah, it's with the holidays and everything. This is around the time we usually, start not to feel
around
good.
so many young
better,
people. I'm not surprised.
So she's just recovering. She's fine, but just
Right. She'd be here if she wasn't feeling bad right now. I'm unfortunately in her place right now. She'd probably
We're
bring
happy to have
a
you,
little
Mike.
more value to the table.
No. We're happy to have you.
But can you talk a little bit about her a little bit? Do we know, tell me a little bit more. For example, last year at Spark Awards, I know she won. What did she win again, Steph?
She won the Giving Award.
Giving Award for the American Marketing Association.
Yes, she got a standing ovation.
She
because
did.
She is so welcomed and beloved by our community. Like, she's been a fixture of the Charleston community for helping young people for so long. It was really cool to see.
Yeah,
It was a very emotional moment. Like, I don't think she was expecting it.
Oh, Rhonda, you were there too?
Oh,
cool.
yeah, she was there.
Cool.
It was y'all had a great
So-
There was a
turnout.
lot of tears.
It was awesome. I was
But
So that opened my eyes to what was going on there, and then Stephanie said, "Hey, let's have them on the podcast." Okay, yes, please.
Yes,
So give me a little bit more.
she just, like I said, Miss Roslin,
Yeah.
she worked in the school system for a while, and
Okay.
then she
As a teacher?
as a teacher.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, what grade?
And I can't remember.
Yeah, am I
I'm being
asking
honest,
too
but I
much? I do
think
that.
she
No, I
taught
thi-
English.
I think it was English, and it was
Middle
it was
school? Or?
middle
Middle
school.
school.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and
Hopefully, Miss
she's-
Ross, I didn't get that wrong.
No, she
You can make a comment if
she
you
has
want.
a real like heart for,
Yes.
for children. Like
Yes.
I've been working with her for the past year. Previous to that, I worked at an agency in town named Trio Solutions, where I met her originally because she was one of our Create-a-thon recipients.
I see.
And she is just this like infectiously loving human to be around her. Like, you just want to put your arms around her because she just speaks from the heart. She attracts people that really love children. They love what they do. They really want to empower young girls. I'm talking from people who are entertainment acts to therapists to social workers to, like, she has this a way of bringing the community together. And these I don't even want to use the word at-risk youth, because I'm telling you what, I've been a part of her world for a year now, and I've cried. Like, I've literally gone to my car, called my husband, and I'm like, we're just so blessed. Like, I'm so blessed to be in this position to just witness to these girls. It's been awesome. Some of the programming that I really liked about her, we'll get into Dream Girls in a little bit, which is like the flagship program for Y.E.S, is like the summer mentoring program. It's on Tuesday nights in the summer, in partnership with Mount Moriah. And it's really cool because these kids who reluctantly walk in the door sometimes, like they're being forced by a grandparent or somebody, within 30 minutes have made a new friend. They're dancing. They're listening to sessions that speak to them, to empower them. They're doing vision boards. They're doing all these activities that make them feel like valued and loved and cherished. It's just so cool. And by the end of it, it's like a huge celebration. Talk a little bit about the celebration.
Yeah. So it's the Worth Beyond Measure Summer Mentoring Program.
Yes.
And we do that weekly for about 9 weeks. And it's been on Tuesday evenings. But we have like a good group of girls that come to be a part of this. And so they've built like strong relationships.
Right.
Like, there's 2 girls with us now who they are best friends, and it started with the summer program. And you wouldn't have been able to tell that they only met each other a couple of years ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a really great bond. In this summer program, we get guest speakers to come who are authors, who are professionals. We talk about mental health. We talk about healthy relationships. We have speakers come in and just share their personal story to kind of help what the girls are going through right now to relate to them. And so we really try to empower them through that, give them inspiring messages, but we also do activities as well. Like, last year we did like a vision board every week until they were able to kind of share that at the end. And so we have this like big ball. The year before we had like a princess and sneaker ball. Yeah. And then this year we had like a tutus and tennis shoes gala. And it was really fun.
We're all wearing the big tutus, and like there's a DJ there, and like a photo booth. Like, it's a celebration.
Yes.
It's so fun. So it's interesting to see. Like I said, you're doing all the hard work. Like, you're doing the counseling sessions, you're doing the sessions. Like, and then you're celebrating it by like your accomplishments.
Yes.
And it's cool to see the progression from the shy kid who didn't want to be there, who's like doesn't want to go home, because Roslin and Y.E.S has such an impactful response to people. It's cool to witness.
So I'll say some of the parents have testified about that, of just their girl is very quiet, very shy, introverted. I'm introverted. So I definitely understand. And by the end of that, they're opening up, they're blossoming in a way that their parents haven't seen. They're not reluctantly coming. They're like, make sure you sign us up for the summer program. Like, we don't want to miss this. And so it's really cool. Another just testimony of just a summer program. We had a parent tell us that her daughter has ADHD and she usually has to take medicine. And during the summer, she didn't take that medicine. So she was expecting her behavior to, you know, she expected us to have to make calls, but we were like, she's amazing. Like, she's very engaged. We really enjoy her. We haven't had any issues. And so that just speaks to what is happening there. And I love the end because we get to celebrate all that they've accomplished and done. And so we have like a red carpet. They get to strut down the red carpet, hear their name spoken. We give them a certificate. It's just a really good celebration for all of it.
And what I like about it, I won't keep cutting you off, Mike. I'm just excited to talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I like about it is that they're learning skills that they're taking that to their next stage in life. So they have this in the summer, and then they go to high school, and then they continue with the program through they graduate.
Yes.
And the most of these kids go off to college, and they have and without the programming from Y.E.S, that might have happened for them. And it's really just to see the progression year after year and to hear the testimonies and hear the stories. It's just really cool.
Yes.
How many lives have we touched? Do we know? Do we have that number?
Oh, my gosh.
I want that number. And then I was hoping for a number of like the amount of distressed girls in South Carolina. You know what I mean?
It's bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have those statistics right on me, but we do have I know we created like a brochure with that information, and so it's just not right off the top of my head. But as far as what Miss Roslin has done since night, I'm talking thousands of girls.
Well, each year the annual Dream Conference has almost 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
From across the state.
What about the prom thing you guys were just talking about?
For the summer program, we had about
60 people.
We have about
60.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 60 people,
Great.
and then once you become part of like the Y.E.S family in a sense, and part of the you get invited to things throughout the year, like cultural events.
Yes.
Like they went to the International African American Museum.
Yes.
They went to the Gilliard. So these children are, or young adults are exposed to so many things to empower them.
Yes.
And to feel, more connected to their community. It's just so cool.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we give them plenty of opportunities to experience things they probably wouldn't have experienced otherwise. And so, yes, Gilliard Center is a great partnership, and we get to take them to many of the cultural events that they enjoy. And the parents, the African American Museum, like we did recently, that was really fun. And so we try to find opportunities within our local community that they could be a part of. And then the other thing is the educational part, which is really important, which is the college tour.
Yes.
We partnered with Four Rivers Outreach Organization. They do a college tour, Black college tour. And so we were able to get some of our girls to be a part of that tour. And so they went to, I forget how many. We went to
7, a lot.
Multiple states in historically Black colleges. And some of those girls from that tour knew where they wanted to go. At the end.
From the tour, of course. I mean, that's why you're doing it. So it's working. I mean, that's amazing.
It is working.
And they build just powerful connections and relationships. That's probably like my favorite thing about doing this, is seeing them create those bonds and community when friendship is such an interesting thing at that time. You have to be mindful of the friends you keep. And so it's just a good thing.
This program is like a melting pot of people from all different middle school and high school. So they don't necessarily see each other again if it's not through this organization. And it's some of the best friends that they have.
Yeah.
It's just really,
That's great. What about you, Rhonda? Where are you from?
Ooh, good question. So I have been in Charleston since middle school.
Okay. Well,
so this is like a second
There we go.
home, but I always say I'm not from anywhere because I grew up military brat.
Sure.
So I don't feel like I'm ever, like, I'm from the South. It's pretty much what I tell everybody.
Okay.
Like, I have Southern roots very clearly, but I'm not from anywhere. But I've been in Charleston since middle school.
Charleston. We'll just call it Charleston then. That's great. What part of Charleston?
Goose Creek.
Okay.
I usually just say Charleston when I'm not here because people never know. Like, they just don't know. So I just say Charleston. Charleston.
No,
and they think I live downtown and all the beautiful stuff.
So what drew you to Y.E.S then? Like what?
So I actually started because I'm a poet and an author. Like, I'm just a
creative.
creative.
Okay. Oh, I love that. All right.
She knew she was.
I'll save that for the end.
Did I dig in too quickly then?
No,
Are we
you're
saving that for the end?
good. You're good.
So I'm a poet, and so that's what I do. And so I was actually introduced to the Dream Girls Conference because she asked me to be a poet on the stage.
Okay.
And so
how did she find you?
I started doing creative events.
Oh, okay.
And so I would put on these creative events, and I was working with other poets. And so Tyson Swanson is another poet that that
Okay.
The conference
that
every year.
performs at Dream Girls. He's performed in previous years, and so I got connected to him, and then he told me about her, or some other people told. I'm not sure, but she found out about me.
There's something about
Charleston.
Miss Roslin. She just attracts the best people that come out every single year.
Yeah,
It's really
and so
neat.
she found somehow in connection. She found out about me, asked me to be a part of the conference, and so I knew about the conference because it's so huge, but I didn't know all of what she was doing, and so that's how I got introduced. Is I was a poet on that stage in 2020, and then from there, I really love what she's doing, and so I would volunteer because she mentors in schools and group homes, and so I would volunteer to be a part of these opportunities, and then it just continued to build, and then I just kept serving in different capacities until I became program director this year, and was officially on staff with Stephanie, and so once you meet Miss Roslin, you can't forget her. And then also once you see what she's doing, like it's so passionate and so purposeful that you want to be a part of it. And so it reels you in every time. And so this is where I am now.
It feels like a small thing, but I say this to my husband all the time, that whenever she calls me or she closes off an email, like it sends an email, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you.
Oh, she always lets people know how much she appreciates
and
them.
It makes me feel so connected to her. I'm like, I will go to the ends of the earth for you.
Yes.
Lady. What do you need from me? You can call me at midnight. I'm not going to get upset.
People joke and they say, like, I can't tell her no because, like, you don't tell her no.
Because, she's retired and she started this foundation in her retirement, and she's just selflessly is giving of herself all the time, constantly writing grants, trying to get more money from donors to keep the funding program, calling sponsors and doing that kind of thing. It's neat. And
she always says, like, with a vision like this, you cannot do it on your own. It takes a community, it takes a village, and she recognizes that, and so she makes sure every time, even if it seems small to you, she will send you a message to let you know that she appreciates you.
What about marketing? How can we help? Like what are your challenges on? Don't try not to look at Stephanie. I'm looking at you now. What are your challenges on the marketing side of things?
It's crazy because I look at Stephanie because she is our marketing.
She's got all the answers.
She helps us with the marketing.
Always all the answers. I get it.
But just definitely getting the word out about what we're doing, and like she said, Miss Roslin does write grants because this takes a lot. It does take a lot of financial help to give these girls the things that we want to give them, so they don't have to worry about anything with college tours, with opportunities, even giving them scholarships when they graduate for being in the program so long. And so getting the word out, getting people involved and invested in that financial part, all of those things do help.
Yeah. So, Steph, what are you doing? Social? What are we doing? Digital? Like what
So I'm doing everything. I'm doing social. I'm doing digital. I'm doing digital ads. I'm doing PR.
Digital ads. Who are we looking for? Donors? Are we looking for people? Registrations.
So we're in the peak season right now with registration. So our annual flagship fundraising event, of course, I mentioned, is the Dream Girls Conference. We're trying to reach about 2,000 people to attend.
Yes.
We reach out to churches, we reach out to group homes, we reach out to just individuals in general. It's an all-day event in North Charleston at Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church. And we're there from 7 in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. And it is, I'm talking nonstop entertainment and sessions all day. You come home exhausted, but so, like, your heart is so filled. So you, like, walk in this place, this big auditorium, it's massive church if you've never been there. And there's a marching band.
Gotta go.
And it's just...
I mean, I can't go to the Dream Girls thing, but...
Yeah.
We have men come.
We have men volunteer.
Because they come help.
Yeah.
Like, we need y'all to carry the heavy things, and, they...
Yeah.
Okay.
But we have, it's like
Maybe
keynote sessions, and then they have like breakout sessions where they go over, things specific. And then there's like a fun room where you're like taking selfies, you're playing putt-putt, and there's vendors. It's a big event.
Okay.
And people come year after year after year.
Vendors. What kind of vendors are you looking for? Some of us put our phones on stun. Some of us didn't.
It's all good, Brian. We love you. So I think we're pretty much open to everything. It just has to be centered around like the cause in a sense. So some of it is like centered around women, and because unfortunately there's not a ton of dads in the room sometimes, and that's a little sad.
Yep.
Yeah. But we have speakers centered around that. Like, what's the
the group of fathers. What's their official name?
Ooh.
Let's hear from the fathers.
Let's
Let's
hear
hear
from
from the brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, weeping last year. I gotta
look into
I've
that.
heard.
Oh.
I've heard it's very emotional. So we have a section. So we have like our main speakers and breakout sessions, and all of that is pretty
Right.
women led.
Uh-huh.
But we do have the guys do a section. It's called "Let's Hear from the Fathers, Let's Hear from the Brothers,"
Okay.
and they speak directly to the
To
young
the
girls
women,
in that room.
like
Yes.
about protecting your heart.
Yes.
And as a mother of a daughter, I'm sitting here like, oh god, like I'm
Yes.
just it's wonderful. Like it's just powerful.
It's important.
We have clips on social media and that kind of thing, but I would sincerely, if you're listening and you have a child in that age range, it's
What age range again?
middle to high school.
Okay,
Middle and
give
high
me
school.
numbers over here. Give me numbers here. What are we doing? 12?
So they talk about
13?
sex and like they talk about things that are delicate. Like I'm not going to bring my
not
8-year-old.
Not a 12-year-old, probably not a maybe a 13, 14?
Yeah, 13. Yeah, middle school.
Teenagers?
Middle school.
Yeah, middle
age.
and high school, we do talk about, like she said, interesting subjects, and one of them is
Sure.
healthy relationships, and the part of that is having
Sure.
healthy conversations about sex, and so
Yeah.
Right.
whatever you're comfortable
Right.
with your children
I would,
coming with
that's
us.
pretty
I would
good.
say
Yeah.
middle. It's for middle school to high school girls.
For the
Okay.
Dream Girls conference, it's a little bit different, probably
Yes.
not in depth. So just keeping that in mind with
What would that be
what
then?
you're comfortable with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
less
I get
less
it.
of that. That's
Yes, less of that.
more of the entertainment.
Yes.
We have a really cool rapper this year, right?
Yes.
I mean, she's considered a rapper, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We have an international recording artist, Wanda,
Yes.
and I'm really excited.
I'm really
about
excited
that.
too.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I think she definitely speaks to this generation in a
Yeah.
So
really cool way.
who seeked her out then?
Roslin.
Roslin did. Miss Roslin's always going to stay in the know. She's
Yes.
always going to stay in the know. She's always going to
Last
stay
year we had a
updated.
guy from an actor from
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
So that was exciting. The girls were going crazy.
He's a stunt double
Yes.
for
the Black
Wakanda.
Panther movies. Yeah.
Okay.
And he
And
was a
so-
part. They really loved him.
And he was cute. He was rolling up in there. The girls were like fainting of this. I was like, I hear you, ladies. He was cute.
But he also gave me an inspirational message too, and I think
yes,
they really
no, he
liked
did.
that.
He did. But
yeah,
let's
I
not
bet.
But they
deviate from
weren't
that. But he was very
Yes.
charismatic. So it's a really cool thing to be a part of. So if,
It
like
sounds
I
like
said,
it.
It's I come home and I'm just like my feet are hurting and I'm just like this is the best day. I look forward to it every year.
Yes.
So it's
We have a
great.
lot of girls who get really excited, and just even people outside of Charleston who, they get on buses.
Sure.
huge
like-
buses pull up.
Like
Sure.
I already,
Well, good.
one of
That's
the
good.
coordinators, she's already saying we have 3 full buses that from Georgetown that we're bringing to the conferences. So it's a
Okay.
That's
really
neat.
big.
It's getting bigger
So
and
it's getting
bigger
bigger,
every
getting
year.
a bigger spot.
It's
Yes.
a really big thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Program director, what are we doing? What's this year looking like program wise?
Oh my gosh, we're definitely bringing back the summer program. That's really
Yep.
really well. And
That's
then
it, yep.
even after the conference, we have the Black College Tour that I kind of mentioned. And so
Yep.
I just kind of coordinate those programs and mentoring things throughout
Right.
the year. So yeah,
And then you do like the Gilliard and those kind of
Yep.
social
There's
events.
a lot to
We had
coordinate.
the walk-a-thon.
yes, we had the walkathon.
the walkathon.
So talking about funding and
Yeah.
stuff like that, we did the walkathon in November.
It was in November. Yeah.
November. I mean, it was a really nice fundraiser
Okay.
out at
Yeah, where?
It was in
I'm
North.
so blanking on everything.
It was in North Charleston at one of those beautiful
Dorchester
parks.
Park.
The Dorchester Park, right? Yeah.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Westcott Park.
we
So
were
it was at
really-
Westcott Park, and we had a walkathon.
We had the pom poms
Mhm.
and all the things. Matthew was out there doing the thing.
Of course
we
he
were all.
was. It's a supportive husband, and father of a.
He loves that I name drop
Preteen.
him every time, and I'm like, I don't
Preteen.
even mean to do that. Just think
No,
about.
yeah, you do. You mean to.
I don't mean to. I just think about him a lot. It's a problem. problem.
What was I going to say? What is it about Charleston that cultivates, I feel like, these powerful women
Right.
that start these amazing organizations? Ms. Roslin's not the first that's been on the podcast.
Right.
And there's more to be talked about as well. What is it about Charleston that really Charleston Radio Group is a company too that gives a lot.
They do.
Why? Why do
that's
people care so much in Charleston?
That's a good question. Ms. Roslin is a native from here. Like this is her home.
Yep.
This is where she's grown up,
Yep.
and so I just think she has a lot of resilience, and she understands what she's been through and what she wants to offer these young girls. Like, I think it definitely speaks to
She found her
story
purpose.
and helping other girls to overcome. And I think that's, I guess, Charleston women, you know, they do it differently. So
It's a great place. When I ever talk about Charleston, I get really giddy because it's just the community of Charleston is so accepting. Like, I don't feel like there's everyone is not out for themselves here. It's something about really like a giving nature of others, whether you're marketers and you're in competing professions. And you know, we had Charlotte Berger on a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about how I literally just sent her business the other day because I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth to it. That's just something about Charleston that we just care about our neighbor.
right.
It's simple as that. Like, I care about my neighbor. Mike is my neighbor.
We're about 100 yards from each other, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, literally.
yeah.
It's just really great partnerships. Like, I see Miss Roslin as a community leader. I hope she's okay with me saying.
Yeah,
she doesn't
she
like
is.
to take, you know,
She's
spotlight,
very
but
humble.
she really deserves, like, seeing her get that giving award was really, she deserves that recognition. And so she's a community leader to me that just has built beautiful partnerships in this community. And so people are very giving, wanting to serve, wanting to help any way that they can.
Exactly. And it's like, not everybody's from here either. Like Dr. Matthews isn't from here, but she's
we had her
doing this,
Oh, nice.
you know,
Yeah, I
obviously
did see that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to see her later tonight.
Oh, give her a shout out too. That's great. Tell her we said hello.
First time meeting her. So.
That's awesome. Good.
You remember that nerd Mike Compton, that podcast? That would be me.
He was very excited to see you.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything.
I'm a reminder.
We had
So-
Margaret Jefferson on who
Yeah.
Dressed for Success.
Yep.
And
Oh, yeah.
Tina
I met her too.
Singleton.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
and
nice.
Tina from
Yep.
Transformation Table.
I mean, it's
We
crazy.
love all the nonprofits that come in here because it's just, I feel like the center is centered around like hospitality nonprofits and a couple other, you know, tech that's building up. But to hear the stories from, you know, how a business became to be or a nonprofit became to be and the good work you're doing more than 11 years later is just awesome.
Again, not from here. Layla Luna, she does the Be Good
Yeah.
campaign
Yeah.
for kids with disabilities and sensory issues,
Right.
you know, like autism, stuff like that. And I feel like Charleston just cultivates and grows these caring people, especially women, but caring people in general. Like, I don't know. I just think it's really a special place.
It is really special.
That's all.
Speaking
That's
of
all.
special, you had a big year last year.
Well,
Her.
yeah.
She had a big year.
Okay.
She
Talk about
published
it.
a book.
Oh, you're an author. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
yeah, I'm going to be an author, so I'll kind of break it down a little bit. So, yeah, like I said, I'm a poet and a writer, so I love creativity, and that's actually how I got connected to Dream Girls, which is crazy. And so, I am a contributing poet in an anthology, like a collection of work from last year. One of them is Ukulele. And now I'm in another anthology, a collection of work with Kwame Alexander.
Okay.
It's called This Is the Honey, edited by Kwame Alexander. And that's really exciting because I'm in a book with people that literally I have been inspired by growing up. Like that is so wild. People that are personal friends and people that I'm getting to know. And then for my personal book, I'm putting out a children's book, picture book in February. So February 20th. It's called Radiant Girl. And crazy enough, now that we're talking about it, it's called Radiant Girl, Daughter of the King. And it's about empowering young girls to shine their light.
Yes.
And that is the poem that I performed and was introduced to through Dream Girls. So it's like a full circle. It's a full circle moment of just having that book.
I feel like
out.
you were definitely fated to meet Miss Roslin and to be a part of the mission.
Exactly.
Continue to grow. Dream Girls be bigger and bigger every year.
Huge.
And so my book will be at the vendor booth for March 16th at the Dream Girls Conference.
Oh,
That book
good.
available.
Okay.
But,
That's exciting.
Heck yeah.
Miss Roslin, when she sees somebody's gift and talent, she definitely wants to highlight
I'm
it.
gonna
She
cry.
definitely wants it to be in the center and the forefront, and she lets you know how much she appreciates it.
Yeah.
And so even with like the vendors that'll be at Dream Girls, we have college vendors, we have different businesses, we'll have food available out there, along with lunch provided. But another thing that she loves to do is highlight young entrepreneurs if she can.
Yeah.
When she finds someone who might have a candle business or jewelry, she wants to highlight that and put that out there.
Bring her part of the team too. It looks like she knows talented people. Jeez, Louise, you know who else is a poet? You're going to see her tonight, Dr. Matthews.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, she's in it.
Poet.
So
Okay.
when I said I'm going to see her this evening, She's in the anthology that I'm in.
That's cool.
She's in This Is the Honey by Kwame
So
Alexander.
what are you doing tonight then?
So this is a poetry reading. It's a Great Day in Poetry event.
Okay.
It'll be at the John L. Dart Library that they just remodeled and opened.
Awesome.
And so we're celebrating that anthology.
Is this
So
a monthly thing or what?
It's
this an
just
annual thing, or?
a release of this book, so
Oh,
a
okay.
celebration of that. And so February 1st being Black History Month, it's a great
Good
way
time
to celebrate. The anthology is contemporary Black poets, and so yes, Dr. Matthews is in that. So that's why I'm going to see her this evening.
That's amazing.
Heck yeah.
Feels like Charleston's a big place, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like everyone kind of knows each other. And
It's
helps each other.
interconnected.
It's very interconnected. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rhonda, what else can we do? How else can we help? What can we do as a marketing association, as a podcast?
Yes. So we have our 11th annual Dream Girls Conference, March 16th,
Okay.
from 8:30 to 4 p.m. Like she
Yes.
said, it'll be at Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church in North
Okay.
You
Charleston.
can register now.
Do you,
Yes.
It does sell out.
Stephanie? Do you know when we're launching this? Is this going to be aired before? Because we're February
Sure.
1
Yes,
today.
We can.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay. Just checking.
He's looking at me.
Right.
Yes.
Checking.
Yes, we will make sure this is long. Yeah, I wanted people to just become more aware of the conference because it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
But without that introduction through the Create-a-thon event, I wouldn't have known about it. And I feel like there's a lot of nonprofits that have a lot of backing, right? Like, I'm not going to name them off, but they're blessed where there's a lot of people who know them. They have a lot of funding. They get a lot of press.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to be a part of the Dream Girls Conference and Y.E.S to help push their messaging and their programming out. Because with more sponsorships and grants and people getting involved, that just lends more opportunity to help others and just to grow the programming to make it more of like a year-round thing. So I think that's the ultimate goal is to have, programming year-round for these girls.
Of course.
So it started off with,
And
mostly about Dream Girls, and now we're doing summer mentoring program,
Yes.
the Black College tour,
Yes.
the cultural
We
event.
go into schools. We go into group homes.
Yes.
We try to connect
Yes.
anywhere we can in the community.
So sometimes we'll take our session speakers and we'll, have them come to like a local elementary school, high school, middle school to speak.
Just speak on that. Jackie Bruton is a phenomenal, dynamic speaker and author, and she comes to the Dream Girls Conference. We've had her as a keynote speaker. She's going to help with one of our breakout sessions, and so we get her to come and speak in different schools around this time. And she goes to Georgetown as well to go to the different schools to speak in those schools. So it's really good that we get to,
Yeah, and
do
if you
things
don't,
like that.
if you're not following, Dream Girls on Instagram, you should, because not only do we talk about the conference, we talk about the different speakers, so you can follow them. And someone like Jackie Bruton, she does weekly, if not daily, she puts out these reels on her Instagram where it's just very powerful messaging that a parent can specifically take to their middle school or high school or talk about boundaries and healthy relationships and respecting their bodies and the difficult conversations, because sometimes as a parent, I'm assuming, I haven't gotten there yet, that it's kind of difficult to have those kind of conversations.
I can only imagine. I'm not there yet either. But then I was just thinking to myself, man, middle school was
Rough.
weird, right? Middle school was such a
transformative time.
oh my gosh. So
I'm not ready for middle school life.
as a mommy, and same as a dad. But Rhonda, like, the need is ever right. It's just never ending need of wanting to get mental health out there, getting young girls to respect themselves and the self-value. And it's a constant battle that you guys are in the front lines of, it sounds like. So thank you for doing what you do. What else do you do? Like, why is it so important to you that you're in the position you are right now?
Oh, good question. That's a good question. Ask me again.
Yeah. Why do you like doing what you're doing as a program director for Y.E.S?
Because I can see Miss Rosalind's heart. And so it's just easy to want to be a part of that and to run with it.
It's infectious, isn't it?
It is.
It is through you, actually. Her infection is coming through you right now. And I'm like, I want to do this.
Rhonda's
So I'm trying
very, very humble because she does so much for the organization. Miss Roslin obviously does a ton for the organization, but you, in your specific role, you do a ton for the organization. And I see you in the front lines, mentoring with the kids,
Yes.
being in the rooms, doing the vision boards, like making sure everyone feels comfortable, going out of your way to, congratulate them and build them up. And it's just really cool. It's neat. It's neat because it's not everyone can do that. Like that's a gift to have the mental capacity to say the right thing in the right moment to someone who does not want to talk to you. Sometimes they really just don't.
Right.
They're not there for you. They're there because they have to be there. But by the end of it, it's like selfies and hugs, and I don't want to go. It's cool.
Like you said, I built great relationships with
relationships,
the girls and,
yeah.
and with the parents. Like one of the things that me and Miss Roslin talk about is that they trust us because we built that connection.
Because
with them.
a lot of these kids only have one parent in the house, or just a grandparent that's raising them.
Just a chaotic family dynamic or situation in their lives. Like a lot of these kids are going through things and they need.
And then when they trust you enough to say, because there's mental health professionals there to say, I need to go speak to, that are just kind of hanging back, that they say, I need to go speak to someone, and they have a moment and they're crying or whatever, that's like a breakthrough moment. It's just awesome. And then that person comes back next week and they're smiling and they're dancing. We turn the lights off. We got the strobe lights on. It's a good time. It's a neat mix. As a parent, I would assume to see, their kids are doing in the work, but they're also being celebrated. And they also feel like really comfortable because they might not have another situation where they're getting Chick-fil-A catered and then they have a dance party with their best friends and they're having all that kind of, it's just cool. Yeah.
So I was watching the video on the website, and what struck me was that it's not just the girls, the daughters that are getting benefit from from the system for the program.
Yeah, the parents are just as involved.
Yeah,
and
getting treated, if you will, at the same time.
Yeah. So even for the Dream Girls Conference, we do cater to the parents as well. So we have like I said, Jackie Bruton does the parenting session to talk to them. And
so there's a whole breakout for the parents.
For parents, middle and high school, we have 3 breakout sessions just so like the girls can feel comfortable talking about things with their parents not around and lurking over, but also the parents can ask questions related to their children. And so the parents are just as impacted.
I'd like to know the alumni. I would like to know how many.
Come back. They do. They come back and they tell their testimony.
Maybe Miss Roslin might have that number for us. Maybe we have her on when she's feeling better.
There you go. Oh yeah, we'd love to have her. It's cool too because we have over 100 volunteers that come.
That's big.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Everyone wants to be a part of it,
and they know when it comes. Like they're ready. Like you don't even really have to tell them. Dream Girls Conference is back. We are ready to volunteer and to work, and so. Yeah, people really, really are excited to be a part of this. And so I think you mentioned alumni and just people who have kind of graduated from the program. They do come back. They
as
do
a volunteer.
Come back. They come back as volunteers. While they're in college, they come back as peer leaders to help us in the summer program. Right. So it really is like a full circle moment. And, I'm the new kid on the block. I've been knowing about this for a few years, but there are people who have known Miss Roslin since the beginning or longer, and they can tell you, like, I was at the first Dream Girls Conference, or I was at the second Dream Girls Conference. Kidding. And it's like really archival and monumental.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool thing. And I don't think there's a lot in the community like similar to this
doing
program.
This
to this specific programming.
In this capacity,
No, I don't think so.
I'm a big fan of the name, by the way. Y.E.S. Youth Empowerment Services. Yes. Big fan of that. Good job on the marketing
Very
side
catchy.
of that. I like it. Steph, what do you think? What else you got? Anything else on your mind that you want to talk about?
No, I'm really excited to see where last year was the 10th annual. It's a big celebration. We had basically every news anchor in the world there. What do we have? Like not a lot.
We're doubling it this year.
If you go on the website and you look at dreamgirlsus.org, you'll see the lineup. It is a massive flyer.
Yes.
It is an action-packed day of fun.
We have a band. We have a step team. We have recording artists. We have
3 performers. Multiple breakout sessions.
We have a keynote speaker. Miss South Carolina, Jada Samuel.
It's a big deal. Oh yeah.
What in the world?
Never a dull moment.
Never.
For sure.
It's a lot of like
That's a lot
working
of
at
planning
midnight
right
the
now.
week of, but you just you just do it with a smile on your face because the cause is so worth it.
At the end of the day, like those children are very excited to come back.
Very, very excited.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
It is. I think the
For the
best thing that
kids.
people could do for Y.E.S and Dream Girls Conference is really just to spread the word.
Yeah, spread the word.
If you know,
That's what we're doing right now. Look at that. Isn't that weird?
I know. Don't you
Register.
love it? Register.
Okay. How do you
Register. Our
register?
deadline is February 16th. You can
Okay.
register at dreamgirlsus.org.
Yep.
If you have any questions, you can reach out to us via email or
Who's
our
registering?
number.
People, kids, girls are registering, or
Their
who's
parents are registering.
Parents are
them.
registering.
It's usually like a family affair, like the mom and it's like a whole mom-daughter moment.
Okay.
Or organizations and groups usually.
Sometimes they have like matching tees.
Yes,
yeah.
they
It
come in
becomes
with
a-
the matching
Aw,
t-shirts.
that's cute.
It is cute. Like big groups of them all in the same shirt. Like a whole church will get a matching tee. And
Yeah, and so we do a whole thing like who brought the most kids and students and
yeah. It's a lot of dancing and like, using purple pom-poms.
Yeah, our ambassadors.
A lot of clapping.
Sounds
We
like a
get our girls
celebration.
involved
It
in
is
the
awesome.
program
It's a
and they
celebration.
come in as ambassadors and
Yeah.
getting the crowd hyped and ready and excited. So
Okay.
we got a lot under our sleeve. You should really come out and see and register
Right.
by February 16th.
There you go.
Right. However I can help, I'll be there for sure.
That's awesome.
Steph, anything else? Rhonda, anything else you want to talk about? What
So
do we-
how can we find Dream Girls on social? It's at Dream Girls.
I thought you knew that answer.
She does, yes.
And what
Dream Girls
is your
Conference.
handles for people to follow you and to learn more about your poetry and
Oh yeah.
Oh, me?
you, lady?
Rhonda, we can cut this out. But do you have like a poem that you could recite?
Oh, that's
Close
so
this
crazy.
out?
That is
Is
so wild.
Is
Yeah,
that
go
silly?
ahead.
Am I
You have
am I
one.
asking too much? Like
You want me to recite a poem?
I don't know. I'm just
That's
throwing it
so
up.
crazy.
Can you
I
do it?
might do that for you.
Oh my god, I'm like
I would have to get my phone because crazy enough, I have the books, but they're in the car. But so my social media is Ronda Creative, no H in Ronda, RONDA Creative,
yes.
and RondaCreative.com. And
I'm enjoying watching you build your brand.
yeah,
She got some
am I doing all right?
You got some really good looking,
Okay.
walking
Nailing
down the
this
street
interview.
photos. Dance,
I try. I
look
try
beautiful.
sometimes.
No, I'm proud of you. It's
nailing
awesome.
this conversation for sure, Rhonda. Thank you.
That's awesome. But yeah,
That's so funny.
no, we definitely need to get a poetry.
Oh, do you really guys want
Oh
me
my
to
God.
read this poem?
Yes,
You're
Okay.
comfortable
Can I
doing
get
it.
my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I
we'll
had
do
my
it.
book.
We got
I
time,
love
right?
I love physical copies. I wish I had my
122.
book. Okay, so y'all get
Where
in
is
the
it?
pre-reading before the reading.
Okay.
Oh, this is
evening.
exciting.
It's very exciting.
We'll just keep rolling here.
This is so funny.
I love that outfit you got on. By the
Thank
way.
you. I mean,
She
you
always
know,
looks beautiful.
Black history gotta represent. Okay, I guess it makes sense to read the one that
You did at Dream Girls.
let's see.
No, let her
It's like
figure it
2.5 minutes. Should I give y'all?
Yes, do it. 2.5
No,
minutes.
something.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, whatever you are comfortable with.
I'll give
doing.
you a piece of it.
Rhonda,
You could tell I'm
this is
excited.
your show. I'm way excited right now.
I'll give you a piece of Radiant Girl.
Let's go.
Because it's like the most
Oh
uplifting
boy,
Yeah.
one that I
I'm so
have.
excited.
I'm already
My
got
palms are sweating.
goosebumps.
When they tell you you ain't enough, just smile and straighten your invisible crown. Radiant girl, don't you know that you're beautiful? When you accept Christ into your life, his true love and light shines through you. The world won't quite get it. Darkness can comprehend it. You glow different, so keep shining. Radiant girl, don't you know that you're royalty? Wear your crown with confidence because you are a daughter of the King. You're part of his lineage, made in his image. There's majesty in your blood. When you feel less than, remember that in his love, you are more than enough. And in case you forgot, remember that you come from a strong line of virtuous women. Be resilient like Rahab, devoted like Ruth, nurturing like Naomi, give like Tabitha, laugh like Sarah, dance like Miriam, pray like Anna, influence like Deborah, inspire like Elizabeth, serve like Martha, believe like Mary. That's it.
Wow. That's beautiful.
I can't even. Like, nice job.
Do you feel
Rhonda.
radiant?
I do
Mike?
feel radiant.
Okay.
I do feel radiant.
love it.
Kidding me right now?
We need to introduce her to Nikki with affirmations.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
We had
that's
a-
the end of the show. I
Yeah,
can't.
that was fantastic.
Thank you, Rhonda. Drop the mic, walk away. That was amazing. Thanks to our sponsors. You know who you are. Rhonda, that was great.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
kidding me?
We love you, girl.
Whew.
All right, Charleston. We'll see
They
you
making
next
me
time.